Hello and welcome to Firestone Firehog week number 4. Going to be going onto the Road America round here, and again, if you didn't hear it in the intro, back on the hogs. Look at this insane hog Road America version on Halo 2 Anniversary here. Recent touch-up to a few of the turns with some rumbles and the aesthetics and stuff like that. But the baseline of this track was forged a long time ago now. It's actually kind of shocking how long ago it was. I think like April of this year, so it's been like over half a year since we worked on this track, which is kind of nuts. But now here we are, finally doing a race on it. We were going to have 9 drivers in this race, but Fireball's connection, unfortunately, was not cooperating, so that sucks. But yeah, unfortunately, he's going to pull off here in a sec. But his connection was not cooperating, so unfortunate, but hopefully you can get it figured out for next time. So we're going to go down to 8, and let's see who's in our field. So for our first moto, left to right is going to be Slaunch, then Luke, and then Detail and Roman, Opix and Soul, and then in the back here, we've got Turkey and Vulcan, the double dyno back row. So, and we're going to be doing a rolling start. We're going to be doing a rolling start as well, so we're going all the way up the hill, and they'll be going green around this checkpoint, the finish line there, the red line as well. And there's also some other stuff to go over, which we'll go over while they ascend up the hill here. There's also jokers in this race, and it's going to be 10 laps, so 3 motos, as we've been doing, 3 motos, 10-lap motos each. And there is jokers, and you have to take 2 jokers in the race, and I will go over where the joker is when we pass it. But we're about to go green. We're getting to the line, and green flag first. Rolling start in the hogs that we've done, I believe. Oh, and already Vulcan in the back going a little too hard. We got a 3 wide through turn 3. They make it work. Soul gets sent out. Opix and Turkey trying to make some moves, battling side by side up there. Going into turn 5, Slaunch. Oh, what has happened? Slaunch goes down in turn 5. Let's go back and see what happened here. Well, if we're going back this far, I guess we might as well look at what happened to Vulcan too, get some replays in this race. So Vulcan, as you can see, very aggressive in the first turn, too aggressive, and he goes down. And now we're going to go up here, and we're going to see what happened to Slaunch. So Slaunch, of course, in the first moto in the Firestone Firehawk rules, getting that points leader advantage, getting to start first in the first moto. And it is a nice advantage, but here it doesn't work out for him. Let's see how he goes into it. Oh, just a rough... I think he got all his tires. I think what went wrong there, I think he got all his tires over the rumble, and then the rejoin ended up being kind of weird, if that makes sense. That's kind of what it looked like. It was really fast, but... that's kind of what it looked like. It looked like all his tires just barely went over. So the rejoin on the rumble, wasn't as smooth as he would have hoped, and that's kind of what caused the flip there. But let's take a look at how we recover as well. Let's miss some of the battling there, but as you can see, he went in the wrong seat as well and has to get that full recovery. So it's a really rough start to the race for Slaunch. That is super unfortunate because you go into that first moto with that points leader starting spot advantage, and obviously you're hoping to get away from the guys that you're competing with behind you and put a stamp on it and increase that lead even more. But unfortunately, yeah, just not the start he was hoping for there. But I didn't do a slow-mo or anything, but just looking at it, that's kind of what it looked like to me. I think he took it super aggressively and just went a little too hard, and it made the re-entry kind of weird, which has actually happened to me on some of our other hog races back in DSS. I remember that happening to me on a few of those rumbles as well. So it's something you have to be careful for on those rumbles. You don't want to go too hard on them. It's not like Halo 5 where you can go really hard with the rumble rails and just be fine. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be a little careful on these. But we go down lap 1. What's the order? Details in the lead. Luke's in second. And third is Roman. He's got Turkey behind him. Opix and Soul. It's getting pretty close. And look at this turn number 3 run here. Detail gets the bog, and Luke gets a crazy run on the exit of the corner. And this is something that you'll see in a lot of the turns on this track, and with the hogs and these GPs as well, is that it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just weird with, like, the gear shifting and like how you want to manage your speed in these hogs. And with Claystone, I think with the way that track is, we didn't see that happen as much because Road America has a lot of like high or like medium speed corners, which is where it gets tricky. On Claystone, it felt like it was more like fast or slow, like straight up fast or slow. So on that track, it seemed a little more normal. Oh, little joker there. Took the joker there. We got some battling. I think it was Turkey. We'll check here in a second. This lead battle is getting hyped too. See if Detail can make it happen to the inside. Looking for it. Now, Turkey got ahead, so I think Roman took his joker, but Detail looking to the inside of the Canada corner, going into the final one now. Trying to take the lead, and he is going to complete the pass there. Pretty good lead battle so far as we're 2 laps down into this race. Great pack behind us as well. Let's go through turn 1, and turn 1 is like low-key tricky as well. Oh, wow, Vulcan's really worked his way back up. Him and Soul battling there. And the run for the lead is happening again. Detail is not getting the gears figured out there, and it's not helping him so far. We'll see if he can regain. He did run this section better than Luke the last time, so we'll see if he can do it again and pull it back a bit. And it looks like he is going to, at least at the start, but then gets a heavy bog right there. Luke gets the runoff, and that's going to be a big advantage. And right there, you can already see what I'm talking about. Like, this track is interesting. Like, it doesn't look like it would have much of a gap, but it does. Like, there's some crazy ways you can mess up turns, and there's some crazy ways you can hit turns correctly and, like, gain a ton of time on people as well. So we're going to have Luke going for his first joker here. Let's see how this works out. This is a potentially too early. Could be a way for Detail to get his way back into the battle, and he is going to do it, and he is going to go to the inside, and he is going to take the lead back. But at the same time, Luke kind of can just run behind him as he's got that one joker advantage. He's already taken one. Detail has not. We'll try to keep track of who we can throughout this race. Unfortunately, we don't have the thing with the checkpoints that we had in our last Halo 5 races, where it was very easy for us to go throughout the field and you know, keep track of our jokers. I think Turkey makes a mistake there. So Opix with a big run, and we'll see if he can make it happen for a pass. Turkey going wide again. Oh, and he gets into the rocks. Oh, Roman, no. Roman tried to get around him too, and also found his way into the rocks. The pack heating up here on the 3rd lap. Lead is the same, I believe. Detail holding onto it. Luke's second. And Opix moved into that podium. Turkey fell back. Vulcan's back in the top 5. And I believe this is Slaunch back here, trying to work down Soul, trying to regain. I want to take a look over here and see if anybody sends the joker again. And Detail will take his first joker. So Luke's going to scoot on by. Have another driver taking a joker. Multiple jokers this lap. Turkey doing it. Vulcan doing it. I think they're first. And look at these runs. Look at these runs. Look at... I love this joker. I love this joker. I love the hogs with how important the straight line speed is, and I love how this joker supports it. It's really fun to watch. It's nice to see, like, runs for the straightaway speed, like, actually matter. Because in the Gooses, that's obviously just not the case most of the time, you know? Like, most of the time is made up in the turns. Sometimes on ovals, you'll get, you know, straight speed will be important on some of the ovals, obviously. But yeah, I'd say for the most part with the Gooses, a lot of the times it's just the turns, whereas with the Hogs, I feel like it's a pretty good balance of both, which is what I'm really enjoying about them. Who would have thought that we'd be raving about the frickin' hog racing at this point in the year? But it's fun. It's fun. Definitely already looking into, you know, potentially expanding it in the future and doing more stuff with the hogs, because these two, well, of course, because this race has already been completed, but these 2 hog races have been really, really, really fun so far. And look at this pack that we have. The top 3 has kind of separated themselves a bit. It's Luke, Detail, Opix right now. But this pack is insane. Drivers diving in the carousel, trying to get any type of run. Any jokers, this time by Slaunch will take one, potentially his first. And you know what I like about this joker as well is that it's another skill gap joker. It's like kind of a mini chicane. And you can definitely, like, make up some time and screw it up. Again, like, you can definitely make up some time in the Joker. So even the Joker has a skill gap on this track. Soul and Roman battling for... Oh, are they going to force this 3 wide too? They're like drafting. Are they going to do it? Turkey's running it kind of slow. Soul might get a nose on him. I think he is just getting a nose on him. Soul with the run into turn 1. Can he make it stick? Turkey drifting on the outside, but keeping his speed. Wow, behind us, Roman really keeping his speed. And look at Soul just use Turkey up right there. But then he gets the bog. This is like what we kind of like what we saw with Detail and Luke earlier. Turkey gets that massive run off the corner. And again, just like stuff like that you just don't see in the Gooses. Roman's super diving. They're all super diving. Nobody using the brakes in turn number 5 in the middle of this pack. If they're using the brakes, they're using each other for the brakes. And look at that massive bog again out of Turkey. Soul takes advantage of that. Again, it's so unique with these hogs. It's so unique. And it's just like a... Oh, look at this carousel. We'll finish the thought in a moment. I didn't expect that to happen. Soul getting forced out. We got some Joker runs. Soul is just going to decide to take his. But look at this. Hold on. I want to watch this. Oh, come on. There we go. I think Opix took his in front of us. He did. Oh, a massive dive by Roman. Turkey dived as well, but Roman got to his inside and then kind of just forced him off, but is not able to get side by side. And I was wondering if they were going to catch up to Opix right there and make that run happen, but not quite. But yeah, this is a great track. This track in the Hogs might be an HRL Classic already. That's a new thing I'm working on for the stats and stuff. If I do another stats update video, oh, that is close. You'll see that. That's another thing that I'm working on. So, like, obvious tracks that would be, eligible for that are, like, Eagle River and, like, Barvo and Mirabilis and stuff like that. Look at this run on turn 2 that people are getting. But, yeah, like, getting, like, a list of, like, HRL Classics and, like, Crown Jewel races and stuff like that. And this already might be... one for the Hogs, definitely, because this track is working out to be pretty sweet so far. And just the battles on these Hogs are just really fun to watch too. Like we saw it on Claystone, and we're definitely seeing it. Look at this. I love how Vulcan set it up there on Roman. You could tell Vulcan let off a little early to get that drive in, but now Roman's just gonna say, all right, I'm just gonna take my Joker. Turkey took his Joker as well. Oh, wow. Turkey, I don't know why he made contact with Vulcan there. I feel like, if anything, that probably slowed him down a bit. I can see what he's trying to do. He was trying to catch his momentum. Speaking of momentum, where did Slaunch come from? Behind us. Goes for it. Sends Roman off and takes it. These are the type of runs. We might have to look at a replay on that. These are the types of runs that I like to see and why this Joker is so sweet. Look at how much he's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's just almost there. He's there. Gets to the inside and lets off a little bit and makes the pass happen pretty cleanly, to be honest. Roman did go off, but he took it pretty aggressively. I don't think he let off, so I'm not really too surprised that he went off the track running it like that, to be honest. But yeah, pretty clean pass from Slaunch there, making it happen with the Joker strategy and trying to make a comeback happen in this first moto. Again, this first moto should be, an advantageous one for him. Oh, bad run in turn 1, though. Bad run in turn 1. Oh, no, Turkey hits the rock again. And what is going down in this mid-pack right now? Just mistakes all over the place. But in the end of it, Turkey is having the advantage on these guys so far. But look at Roman with the big dive, getting to his inside. Will he get the run, though? He does not. Oh, Slaunch sending it into the dish. That is really risky. But he went for it. He's making the run happen. Turkey gets the bog again, so here comes Slaunch. Not what Turkey was hoping for there. Slaunch trying to keep his momentum up. And now where did Soul come from? Soul has entered the chat, and he is in this battle as well. And we have another Joker usage in front of us. Let's see if these guys catch up on that one. If they can get to... I think Vulcan... Oh, what is going on? What was that turn? I'm going to have to look at a replay of this one again, too. What was that turn? But yeah, catching up to Vulcan. Vulcan was the one to take the Joker there. We got two-way battles and just no lifting out of most of the drivers. And a lot of them just overdrove the hell out of the Canada corner. And Roman wiped out a bit. Turkey wiped out a bit. Slaunch kind of got caught up in it. And yeah, you could tell these guys are letting it all out here on Road America. Got to take a quick lap check. We're on 2 to go. And this pack battle is still absurd. So we can watch more of it. We'll do a quick update on the front. Luke's still leading out. There's the gap with detail. I think both the Jokers have been taken for them. And then they have a massive gap on third. Wow. There's Opix in third, who I think is also taking both Jokers. So this is just still super spicy. And speaking of which, look at this. Perfect timing to get back on our pack battle. It's even too hard to call with how many moves are being made. Slaunch trying to make things happen. Roman has fallen all the way to the back of the pack now throughout all this. And again, there's only like a lap and a half to go, so you're running out of time. You got to make something happen. And who knows? There might... Oh, what a send from Turkey! Holy crap, he actually kept that going. I can't believe that. That might have to be the thumbnail for this race, honestly. Turkey with the most insane two-wheel send into the carousel, hitting the terrain on the inside and actually not dying. I cannot believe he kept it back on 4 wheels. And then sending it into the corner, Soul sending it possibly a 3 wide. They're keeping this battle on the entire race. Like, seriously, this pack battle's been going on the entire time. Look at this run from Slaunch in the last corner. No, Turkey went a little too wide, makes contact into the building. That is so unfortunate going onto the last lap. One more lap for these guys to duke it out. Slaunch has a pretty good run on the inside of Soul into turn 1. Opix still trying to hold off Vulcan up there. Dude, this pack, this is just not going to end well. This is insane. Slaunch and Soul battling it out side by side. Many drivers behind them. Turkey and Roman. Soul sends it. Wow, Soul gets such a big drive. He goes all the way up to Vulcan. Oh, Turkey slamming the 2-wheel again. And look, we see the leaders over there on the other side of the track. The gap is insane, but this pack battle is one of the best that we've seen in a long time. More sends into the carousel, and Turkey a little too hard. Look at these runs. Does anybody have a Joker left? They do not. Here we go. A few more corners remaining. And the winners are across the line at this point. Luke taking the Moto win. Detail taking second. But we're watching this battle. Turkey went for another send. It didn't work. And it looks single wide, but there's one more turn for runs to happen. And Soul kind of looks like he has something on Vulcan. Opix trying to hold on to it. They're drafting. What is this? A draft to the line? And whoever got it, got it. We'll have to take a look at all the replays. Double photo finish, 3-way photo finish, and a 2-way photo finish as well. In one of the craziest motos that we've had all season long, for sure. Easily. Probably the craziest moto we've had all season long, to be honest. So let's see what happened here. So, the funny part, Luke and Detail pulling off to spectate the photo finish. Just so far ahead, this freaking, these finishes, you just had to see this. But Opix trying to hold on in the last turn, and Vulcan trying to protect the line on Soul, and Slaunch kind of opening it up on Roman a bit as well. Nobody giving any room, nobody cutting any slack going onto it. But what ends up happening afterwards is Vulcan and Soul pop a reach draft somehow in the hog. And look at this. Look at these gains they start making. This shot is great for it. Look at these gains they start making on Opix. And Opix going over to try to steal the momentum and protect. And that might have been the move. I think if he didn't do that, I think he would have gotten past. But he did it, and he holds on to that spot for third place. So Opix in exciting fashion, going to get his first podium in the Firestone Firehawk season. Soul mounting over Vulcan will finish on top of him, which is something that we recently, this is kind of funny, this is something that we recently saw in the last track countdown that got posted yesterday. So this might be the first time that that's happened since then, which is kind of funny. So weird how that worked out, but Soul will finish like that above Vulcan for 4th, 5th. And then, again, Roman and Slaunch with the crazy battle, and theirs is super clean to the line. And it looks like Slaunch will just barely edge out Roman at the line. What a crazy finish. Just barely in front of him. That is absolutely absurd. Let's go on board with the leaders so we can get the checkpoint out of the way and get one more shot. Or we can get our, All right, we're going to edit this. All right, so shot from the actual finish. And I think this will be a pretty cool perspective. So there, Luke takes the win. Detail takes second. And I would be curious to see... what the gaps are. I would definitely like to, if we could calculate that for the photo finishes as well. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But here they all come out of the final quarter, and they're all scrambling, and there comes the Britlander formation. And there they cross the line. And let's get another quick shot of these photo finishes without the checkpoint in the way. Yeah, I think Opix's move to protect was the play. I think they had the momentum. If he didn't steal the momentum, that might have gotten weird. I feel like maybe he could have gotten beat by Soul, but maybe still finished ahead of Vulcan, which would have been really funny. But it could have gotten weird for sure. I mean, come on, like... that is amazing. That is amazing. And here comes the next one, which is even closer. I mean, the front one was pretty crazy because of the mount, but this is just an actual clean, nutty photo finish. Look at that. Look at that. What is that from? What clip is that from? Didn't I scream that once? But yeah, look at that, dude. That is crazy. Hopefully you don't get... Okay. Let's watch some perspectives. I want to see Roman's perspective of this. Just sends it. And Slaunch, like, kept his momentum up and then just got it, like, right there. And then if we look at Soul and Vulcan, Vulcan goes down to protect, I think, and that gives Soul a run. Because Soul does have, just barely has a nose on him. And yeah, Vulcan kind of threw, I think. He kind of gave him the spot, protecting a little too hard. But it almost worked out for him in the end because of the run they got. But ended up being kind of a throw. But it created one of the craziest finishes we've seen. So I'm not upset about that at all. So yeah, that's going to close it out for this Moto 1. Awesome Moto. Definitely Moto of the season so far, in my opinion. And definitely a contender for Moto of the year, I think, which is pretty awesome. But in the end, it did matter. In the end, Luke, Detail, and Opix will be the top 3 for you guys on Moto 1. Now let's go on to Moto 2.